Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today's reading is going to be about what you need to know. So go ahead and take a moment to meditate with these cards and just allow your intuition to guide you to whatever card or cards you find yourself most drawn towards. And I will also leave the timestamps for each group of the reading in the description as well. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading about what you need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that theme by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards as well, to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose here. So the card that we have is the Eight of Swords. And I'm not going to lie, Group 1, this is a little bit more of a challenging energy that you may be navigating through right now at this time, or maybe you've recently navigated through this. And the Eight of Swords, this energy can definitely indicate that you may possibly feel trapped or imprisoned in some kind of situation. And oftentimes this can be kind of a self-imposed kind of imprisonment. And in many ways, this can be kind of it's kind of like an illusion of the mind in some ways. But whatever the situation may be, I think that you definitely have everything that it takes to move forward from this situation and reclaim your power and step back into your to really step back into your divine authority over your life, and to know that you have the power, the courage, and the resilience to really turn things around. And whatever this situation may be, I think it's important to remember that nothing is ever permanent. And I think that oftentimes the universe it really throws certain challenges our way to give us an opportunity to reclaim our power and um, to really use the challenging situation as an opportunity to grow and advance our soul on its evolutionary journey in a lot of ways. But this doesn't necessarily mean that it's always easy, and many times it can be very painful and challenging, and sometimes these situations really bring us to rock bottom. But I feel that whatever this may be for you, I feel that this is a wonderful opportunity to remember your power, remember your strength, and um, to also remember how far you've come, because I feel that this has been an ongoing process for you in a lot of ways. And um, the Eight of Swords, it's very much a kind of mental sort of energy, and I believe that whatever the situation may be, like I was saying before, it's in a lot of ways it's very much an illusion of the mind, and um, you you may be perceiving that you've been chained and bound to whatever energy or situation you're experiencing is, but um, in a lot of ways, this is only an illusion, and the chains are broken, and you're free to escape. You're free to really be free. And I think that you're still moving through this process, and um, really really learning how to reclaim your power, your truth, and your strength. And um, we'll definitely get a little bit more information for you here by getting a few more tarot cards from our cat tarot. That's the deck that I'm using today. So we'll go ahead and get you a few more cards just to see what else you need to know about whatever situation you may be going through. Okay, Group 1, I have a few more cards for you here in just a moment. Okay, so we have a couple more cards. So let's see, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and we also have the Knight of Cups. And this is quite interesting. So, with the Seven of Pentacles, what this really tells me is that you've really been investing in your future in a lot of ways and putting a lot of hard work into whatever goals and intentions you have for the future. And I feel like you've planted these seeds and you've really been tending to that garden. You've really been really nurturing and um, doing that hard work that's required in order to reap an abundant harvest. Basically, you've been investing in your long term goals and in your future prospects, and I feel that it definitely has been challenging. And maybe you feel that maybe you feel like you've been trapped in the ongoing process, and maybe it feels like you haven't really been able to reap those rewards quite yet. But I feel that you're really moving away from whatever situation has left you feeling imprisoned or stuck in some kind of energy. But I feel that you're really beginning to reclaim your power and invest in your long term potential, your your future goals, and your future visions for your life. And oftentimes, these pentacles energies they can involve financial matters and material matters as well. So I feel that this could possibly have something to do with your financial goals, or maybe starting a business, or um, beginning some kind of new career path. But whatever this may be for you, it could be many different things. So obviously, just take this as it resonates. And we also have the Knight of Cups here as well. And the Knight of Cups, this is really all about really stopping to smell the roses and taking a moment to enjoy the more romantic and passionate, luxurious aspects of life. It's like I said, it's kind of stopping to smell the roses, enjoy the beauty around you, enjoy the beauty of the moment, and really savor the poetry of life as well. It's really all about. Sometimes this can be too. Oftentimes, this can mean that maybe we tend to look at life through rose-tinted glasses. So I think there definitely needs to be a balance with this energy as well, balancing the beautiful, romantic, artistic aspects of life, and also being realistic and being a little bit more disciplined as well at times. And this can oftentimes indicate a romantic energy as well. Um, it's a little bit more of a soft, tender energy. It can be more of a soft, tender, masculine energy, and is a little bit more romantic and a little bit more passionate as well. So it could indicate a potential romantic partner or potential suitor as well. But this could be very different in a variety of different kinds of situations, obviously. So maybe just something to consider. I think it might be important to remember to balance those more lighthearted, passionate aspects of life, and to also not have your head too much in the clouds as well, and to remember that you are free to live your life as you want, and you ultimately are the divine alchemist of your life, and you have the power, and you have that you have that energy within you to really manifest the life that you want. And you don't have to you don't have to feel held back or stuck by any kinds of internal or externally imposed limitations. And I think it's important to always be realistic as well. And sometimes it takes time to move out of these challenging situations. It takes strategy also. So just something to maybe think about um, when considering these energies moving forward with the situation. But I think what you really need to know right now is that you have the strength and the power to invest in your future and to really enjoy the beauty that life has to offer as well, while remaining while while also remaining clear-headed and um, standing in your strength, truth, and power as you navigate this journey. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading here by getting you a card from our Moonology Oracle. And we're just going to get you a little bit more information about what you need to know right now. So let's go ahead and get you another card. And we will just see what wants to come through. So I have another card for you, and we have the new moon in Cancer. Relax. And I think this is a very beautiful energy here. And the new moon, this is a time of really allowing yourself to sit with that emptiness and to sit in that that void space of a new beginning and a new potential, a new rebirth. And it's a time to really set the new intentions the for the remaining part of the lunar cycle. And it's a time to really plant those seeds, literally and metaphorically in many ways. And the sign of Cancer, the moon is in its home sign within the sign of Cancer. And it's definitely a very soft, very feminine, nurturing energy, but it's also it definitely has a lot of depth and intuitive, intuitive sensitivities as well. It's definitely very much in touch with the ebbs and flows and cycles of life. And you may potentially have astrological natal placements within the sign of Cancer. My own natal moon is actually in the sign of Cancer, and obviously, I love this placement. But anyway, this card asks you to relax, and I feel with this card, it's a very calm, very still energy as within the time of the new moon. It's definitely a time to really allow yourself to rest and to kind of reflect on the journey as well. Sometimes we need to really take a moment to step back and to take a little time out away from the hustle and bustle and busyness of life. And sometimes it's challenging to do that and to just allow yourself to surrender to that greater knowing that everything really is going to be okay in the end, and that we are going to eventually figure things out, and the energies are going to eventually balance and lead us where we need to be. And I truly do believe that. And obviously, take this as it resonates with you. But I think it's important to just surrender to that greater knowing and to remember that you are free and you are a divine sovereign being, and you can relax and trust and surrender into that, to know that you are held by the universe and that you are divinely guided as well. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude your reading by getting you a final card from our Mystical Wisdom Oracle. And we're just going to go ahead and get you another card here from this deck to conclude your reading with a final message. Okay, so we have a card for you here. And the card that we have is Leadership. Set your goals. And I think this is beautiful energy. It definitely has some Leo vibes going on here with this and I think that it even has the Leo symbol here as well. But it's definitely a very radiant solar influenced card. And I feel that there's this radiant light of courage and of passion and of divine truth and justice as well. And but I feel that with this card, there's this real courage and strength and confidence as well. I feel that it very much embodies and reflects those Leo archetypes. And this card, it does mention does mention leadership as well. And it could be that you are taking on some kind of role of a leader in your life in some kind of way, maybe advancing in your career into some kind of management or supervisor position, or maybe just being a leader within your family or your community in some kind of way, or within your own life, just leading by example and taking pride in the energy that you embody. And I think that this is very much a good example and reflection of this card, taking pride in the energy that you embody, leading by example, and having courage and having honor as well. I think is very much related to those Leo archetypes, and really just radiating that truth and that light from within. Setting your goals, and I think that's very much related to this Seven of Pentacles energy as well. Setting those goals for the future, investing in your life, investing in your long-term success, and in what you truly want to alchemize within this incarnation that you're experiencing, because this life definitely does have a deep meaning and a deep purpose for all of us, and we are all definitely on our own unique journeys through that. Um, and no one can ever tell us what's best for us. It's something that we really have to tune into um, and really listen to within. And it's something between us and the universe. So I think that you're definitely on the right track, and I think that you may be still navigating through some challenging energy, but I think you definitely are on your way to really stepping back into this power and the strength, um, and also relaxing and surrendering to the greater ebbs and flows and cycles of life as well, and knowing that everything is impermanent ultimately, and there definitely is beauty and divinity in that as well. And there always has to be that balance, and that there always has to be that balance and that harmonization of the opposing energies within us. So I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, Group 1, and it's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading about what you need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards, to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose. So the card that we have for you here is the Three of Cups. And this is actually a really nice way to start your reading here, Group 2. And the Three of Cups, this is all about really coming together with others in some kind of form of celebration. And this is oftentimes, with the Three of Cups, it's often associated with feminine energies. Maybe this could be some kind of celebration of an engagement or a wedding or a baby shower, maybe even a birthday party. But it doesn't necessarily have to be feminine energies, but very often it does indicate that. So definitely take that as it resonates with you, though. And the Three of Cups, it's really all about just coming together in harmony and celebration with other feminine energies. But like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. But it's more than anything. This card reflects that there is some kind of celebration taking place, some kind of moment of happiness, and This could oftentimes indicate some kind of milestone has been reached as well. So it's definitely a very nice energy. It's a very lighthearted, very celebratory kind of vibe. And it's definitely a beautiful way to begin your reading here, group two. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading by getting you a couple more tarot cards from our Cat Tarot deck. So we'll go ahead and get you a few more cards here, and we'll just see what else you need to know. Use a good shuffle. So we have a few more cards for you here, and we also have the Three of Pentacles, and we also have the Five of Swords. So this is quite interesting, and these cards, I feel like they're like, this is definitely involving some kind of relationship energy, and I'll get to that in a second. I'll begin by discussing this Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles, this is really all about coming together with other people to collaborate on something together. And this can oftentimes be some kind of project, some kind of creative project or business project, but it's coming together coming to put your ideas together and to really discuss things and to get multiple perspectives and insights on some kind of matter. But it's really coming to get. I feel like with this Three of Pentacles, it's really coming together to collaborate on some kind of project together. So I feel like there's some kind of, and we even see with this arrow here that some kind of, maybe some kind of collaboration about some kind of project is going to eventually lead to a celebration when the goal or the desired outcome has been reached. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case with every situation. That is just one interpretation. But I feel that there is going to be some kind of communal effort that is being worked on and worked through with many different ideas and perspectives. And I feel that this is going to eventually lead to a successful outcome, but it may not necessarily be completely easy along the way. And I'll get to that in a second with this this Five of Swords here. And the Five of Swords, this can often indicate that there's some kind of unfair conflict, and it might be left a little bit unresolved as well. And it's kind of a challenging energy, and it indicates that there may be some kind of situation where no one walks away feeling fulfilled or satisfied with the solution. And maybe that's just how it has to be. And it could be that maybe someone in the group of friends, or someone in the team just isn't really a good fit, and maybe that person needs to maybe look at other options on their path. So I feel that doesn't necessarily have to be the end result, though, and these conflicts can be worked through. But sometimes there needs to be a little bit of time and space away from the group or the collective in order to really reharmonize and rebalance the energies. But with this Five of Swords, I feel like there needs to be more of a clear line of respectful communication on all parties' parts, and sometimes that is that is a realistic solution, and that is something that can happen. But it depends on whether or not all parties want to put in the work and to show up in a way that is respectful and cooperative, and in a way that really helps fulfill the long-term goal and vision of the whole and of the collective, if that makes sense. But anyway, I feel that whatever kind of collaboration and group work is taking place, there may be some challenging conflicts and situations that do arise, but I think ultimately everything is going to work out, and I think all parties are going to end up feeling fulfilled and happy in the end as well. And I think it's ultimately going to result in a lot of success, abundance, and emotional fulfillment, and a very good reason to celebrate as well. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading group 2 by getting you a card from our Moonology Oracle. So I'm just going to go ahead and get you another card about what you may need to know about whatever your situation is. So let's go ahead and get you another card here. Okay. So the next card that we have is the New Moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. And I think this is beautiful, group 2. And the new moons, these are times of really allowing ourselves to sit with that darkness, sit with that emptiness and that void space, that empty womb space. And it's a time to really allow ourselves to dream a new vision and to set those new intentions for the future, and to cultivate that new inspiration. And when the moon is in Pisces, it's definitely a very it is a water sign, and it's very much connected to the spiritual realms, to the esoteric energies, and it's definitely very much connected to the crown chakra as well. But this is a time of really allowing ourselves to set those new intentions, and to really put that energy to connect our crown chakras or our divine energy, whatever you want to call it, however you define it. It's a time to really connect that and harmonize that with that of the universe, and to attune to the divine, to connect to that frequency, and to remember that we always have a new beginning, and we always have a new chance to create a new vision and a new life for ourselves. We always have a fresh start and the beginning of a new cycle waiting for us just around the corner. And we can always tune into that whenever we choose to, no matter what part of the cycle we are in. But I think it's very important to, as you navigate any kinds of relational situations with other people, other energies, I think it's important to always remember that you can attune to that divine frequency. You can harmonize your own core with that of the universe. And in times where things feel a little bit busy or maybe even distracting or challenging, I think it's important to remember that you can always return to that sacred frequency, and that there is always a new chapter unfolding. And sometimes I think in the sign of Pisces is at the very end of the zodiac as well. And I think with this new moon in Pisces, it's both at the beginning and the end simultaneously. And I think that maybe part of this energy is maybe asking you to maybe reflect on that a little bit, reflect on both balancing the internal and the external aspects of your being, and that which also relates to relationships and external energies as well. Because I think ultimately our external relationships in many ways are the reflections and mirrors of our own internal being and the energies that we choose to embody. And I think they really they are manifestations of the law of attraction in many ways. And also they do reflect our conscious choices with the energies that we choose to surround ourselves by, and they're reflections of the energies that we allow to embed within our own energetic auras as well. Our own energy fields is what I'm trying to say. But hopefully that made sense. But obviously take that as it resonates with you. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading here by getting you a final card from our Mystical Wisdom Oracle. So I'm just going to go ahead and get you another card and gets you another message about what you may need to know about this situation. So I'm just going to give these a good shuffle real quick. Get you another card. All right. And the next card that we have for you is Peacock. Raise your standards. This is quite interesting. And the peacock as the animal may have some kind of spiritual significance for you. They are beautiful creatures, and definitely a magnificent sight to behold. But that doesn't necessarily have to be relevant for you. But maybe you do have some kind of spiritual resonance with the animal of the peacock. Maybe it is some kind of spirit animal for you. But anyway, the card also asks you to raise your standards, and I feel that this really asks you to be very deliberate about those energies that you, like I was saying, that you allow into your energy field, those other external energies and relationships and people and situations, to raise your standards in every kind of way, and not just about people, but about the situations and energies that you allow into your life. And I think that this card is ultimately asking you to remember that you deserve more, and to remember that you deserve the best in life, and that anything less is probably just not going to be in enough alignment to really be carried forward on your path. And I think it's important to always to set those high standards for yourself, and to remember that you deserve the best, and to remember to always surround yourself with energies that respect you and uplift you and support those high standards, and that really just want to raise your frequency in all ways and help you attune to those divine frequencies and to that power of spirit. So I think this is definitely something to keep in your awareness, possibly moving forward, and always take everything that I say as it resonates with you. And at the end of the day, you will know what's best for you. And I think it's important to trust that, and to trust your own connection with your intuition and with spirit or the universe, however you choose to define it. And I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, Group 2, and it's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading about what you need to know. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal the card that you chose, and this card is going to represent the overall energetic theme of the reading. And I'm also going to build upon that by getting a few more tarot cards, followed by some oracle cards to get a little bit more insight and information about these energies. So let's go ahead and take a look at the card that you chose. So the card that we have is the Magician, and this is definitely a very beautiful way to begin your reading here, Group 3. And the Magician, this card is often associated with the sign of Gemini and the planet of Mercury as well. But Magician, this is really all about stepping into your power and creating the life that you want, alchemizing the life that you want, having that connection with the universe, to where you know what it takes to manifest that life that you dream of, and you really know how to work with the energies in a way that really helps you manifest, and really helps you bring into reality that goal and that intention that you have. And the Magician is really all about having that power and that connection with the energy of the universe, and really co-creating a beautiful vision and a beautiful life with the universe as well. This card is very much about co-creation, about harmonization, and doing the divine work of the universe as well, not just expecting these manifestations to happen for you as some kind of like selfish thing. It's really it's a co-creation and a divine gift. It's being of service to the universe as well. And then in return, you oftentimes receive something that you've wanted and that you've put that intention out for. But it's really all about that balance and that give and take with the universe. And I think that's a very important thing to remember as well, that that it's not just all about expecting things to happen for you. It's also giving and putting that energy out there as well. And I think in many ways that's how the balance of the energies in the universe works. It's that law of attraction, that give and take, that that kind of polarized duality of everything that exists. And in many ways it reveals itself and expresses itself um, in the I guess what you could refer to as like the techniques of alchemy as well. But it's a give and take and a balance. And I think that you are beginning to harmonize your energy with that of the universe and really create something divine and beautiful. And I think that you are truly stepping into your power and um, just manifesting that life of your dreams. And this is definitely a very beautiful, very powerful, bold energy. And I think that this life that you've been creating is something that it's not going to necessarily happen overnight. And part of the magician, it's not necessarily expecting instant results as well. It's knowing that these manifestations take time and hard work. And it's also having that realistic, balanced perspective as well when wanting to create something. So this is definitely a very, very powerful, very beautiful energy to begin this reading for you. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading by getting you a few more tarot cards from our Cat Tarot. And I'm just going to go ahead and get you a few more messages about what you need to know right now. All right. So I have a few more cards for you here. So the next card that we have is the High Priestess, and we also have the Four of Cups. So this is definitely very interesting as well. The High Priestess is definitely one of my favorite major arcana cards, and it's often associated with the lunar energies, the energies of the goddess of the moon, and it's very much related to the divine feminine and also sacred knowledge as well. Sacred knowledge that is accumulated and earned over a period of time. It's often associated with sacred studies and studies of alchemy. I feel like this magician and high priestess are very much kind of on the same page, and we have the magician is considered numbered 1 within the major arcana, while the high priestess is number 2. So I kind of feel like there's a bit of this progression here as well. But both of these cards are very much related to alchemy and or what you could consider witchcraft as well, shamanism. And I feel like I feel that these labels hold a lot of cultural baggage and are kind of taboo in many ways, in many cultures and religious structures. But I feel that if you've chosen this group, I feel that you're very much connected to these spiritual energies, to these alchemical frequencies, and I feel that you're very much on a path where you are accumulating some kind of sacred knowledge, some kind of sacred wisdom. And I think that you have some very powerful intuitive and maybe even psychic gifts as well if you've connected with this group. But I feel that that you're very much in tune with maybe the energies of the moon and the energies of the divine feminine, with your intuition and your psychic spiritual sensitivities. And we also have this card here with the Four of Cups. And I feel that while you are a very powerful creator, you are a very powerful alchemist, there is something that maybe is being left feeling a little bit unfulfilled in your life in some kind of way. And maybe you feel maybe a little bit bored or dissatisfied with something that's very much related to the Four of Cups energies. And also maybe having some kind of missed opportunity as well, because you're distracted or hung up with something that you've really wanted to work out, but it hasn't really quite been everything that you've hoped for. And maybe it's time to really look for a new opportunity or a new potential where maybe you would have never expected it to be. So I think it's important to remain open and to also allow yourself to flow with that greater divine knowing as well. So I'm going to go ahead and continue your reading, group 2, by getting you a card from our Moonology Oracle. So let's go ahead and get you another message about what you need to know right now. Okay, so I have another card that came through for you here. And we have the last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. And this is very interesting. And you may potentially have astrological natal placements within the sign of Gemini, but whether you do or not, just take this as it resonates. And I think I was mentioning before about how the Magician can also be associated with the energies of Gemini as well. So definitely kind of a trend that we have going on here. But the last quarter moon, this is a time of allowing there to be that energetic clearing and creating that void space for the new intention and for the new beginning. And it's also a time of embodying gratitude and reflecting on the previous part of the lunar cycle, having that gratitude for what you've manifested, and allowing there to be that energetic clearing and cleansing as well, creating that new sacred space for the new cycle and for the next chapter. And the sign of Gemini is very much related to the energies of the mind and the energies of communication as well. And it can often be very much related to, sometimes it can be drawn to patterns of overthinking or overanalyzing, or maybe even obsessing in certain situations. And this card asks you to clear your mind. And I think that it's very much in resonance with that concept of the last quarter moon and the energies of that time of that clearing away, that energetic cleansing. And I think it's important to give yourself that time and that space to really let things marinate and to give you that stillness to where you can tap into your intuition, and where things aren't so busy and chattery in your mind to where you feel that you can't tap in, or you can't have a little bit more of some inner meditation or a little bit of quietness and stillness. Because sometimes with the energies of Gemini, it can be a little bit overwhelming and a little bit, sometimes there can be a little bit too much overthinking and obsessive overanalyzing in certain situations. So maybe just something to take in consideration as it resonates with you. But I'm going to go ahead and end your reading by getting you a final card from our Mystical Wisdom Oracle. So I'm just going to go ahead and get you a final message about what you need to know, group 3, and just see what else wants to come through for you here. Okay. So I have another card for you, and we have Dragon, discover your courage. And I really love the beautiful imagery here of this card. And the dragon, it may have some kind of spiritual significance for you within mythology. It could have some kind of spiritual, it could be like some kind of spirit guide for you, or spirit creature. And I think that the dragon is very much related to courage and to just being very fierce and defiant, having that fiery breath and just not letting anything stand in its way or prevent it from really doing what it wants to do. And I think that, there definitely has to be a balance with that, but it's definitely very, very bold, very courageous. And I think that whatever path you're on, I feel that you really are, I feel that you are beginning to tap more deeply into your own inner strength and take on more of that role of the alchemist and the magician and connecting to those sacred mystical energies. And I think that you're also beginning to make better choices for your life and make choices that really reflect a sense of empowerment and self-respect, and doing things that feel a little bit anxiety inducing or challenging at times, and stepping into that warrior archetype as well. I feel like the dragon is very much in alignment with the archetype of the warrior. And I think that you're definitely, I feel like you're definitely a warrior in many aspects of your life. And you're a warrior and an alchemist. And I think that it's important to be a little bit patient with yourself as well, and give yourself some time to decompress and to have a little bit of stillness and meditation maybe as well, and to also to maybe learn to let things go a little bit better, and to be a little bit more fluid and open to new opportunities as they present themselves to you. But I think that you're definitely on the right track, and I think it's important to keep going and to keep to remember your passion and to remember your mission in this life. And that's something that no one can really discover for you. It's something between you and spirit. And I think that you are still kind of figuring out this journey, but I think you're definitely headed in the right direction. And it's still a learning process, but it definitely is for all of us. And that's kind of the fun of the journey in a lot of ways. So I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, Group 3. And it's been an absolute privilege to bring you this reading. And if you enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I'm sending you so much light, so much love, and so many blessings upon your journey. Thank you so much.